The ISL of 2025-26, the fact that it even got underway, was in itself a massive relief, not just to, of course, the Indian football authorities, but also fans who were dreading and actually mentally prepared for a season that could potentially feature no domestic football whatsoever. However, it is also worth noting that the agreement to actually restart the league came about thanks to a very short-term deal, broadcast deal, a tender deal that came about. And again, it wasn't something that was long term. It was basically that Fancode, who won the broadcast rights, did so for this edition, the truncated season. However, if the league is to grow beyond that, you'd need something that is a lot more, let's say, sustainable and something that's a lot more long term. Which brings us to what the AIFF is now choosing to do. They've put out a new tender for Indian domestic football, whether that be on the men's or women's side. And this time around, the target is simple. They don't want it to be a short-term deal at all. In fact, according to reports that are doing the rounds, it is expected that the tender deal could be anything between 15 to 20 years. And what's more, the option for it is flexible. But what is certain is that the tender, should it be taken up by anyone, is a minimum 15-year deal. Now, in case you're wondering what exactly it is that these people or the companies would be bidding for, well, there's two packages that will be combined bid for. Now, the two packages are, the first package being package A is the ISL as well as whatever cup tournament that may be, whether it be the Federation Cup, the Super Cup, or any other tournament that will be played as the main cup competition in that season. Similarly, Package B will consist of the IWL or the Indian Women's League as well as a cup tournament. Again, whether that's the Federation, the Super, whichever cup it may be, these will be the two packages they bid on. And in fact, the time period here, which I mentioned, was the key factor. Because the previous time when the ISL was actually flourishing to an extent, the AIFF had a commercial partner in Reliance, and Reliance was bankrolling the league. However, now the league is very much in the control of the AIFF, and FSDL, the company which was basically running the league, stepped away. So they need commercial support. And the main reason that it is interesting to note the latest tender deal is that it is being offered for a minimum of 15 years. In fact, one AIFF official basically said that we want the commercial rights for a minimum duration of 15 years. If the bidder agrees also, it can be done for 20 years. It is an option. Now, what this is telling you is that the AIFF wants a deal that could secure the short, medium as well as long-term future of Indian football's domestic competitions, which is a great move. The problem is that obviously there will be skepticism given the fact that the last tender rights which was launched was so disastrous that it saw the start of the league pushed back several months. Can they put up a tender that will convince any company to lock in for a minimum of 15 years and a maximum of 20? That, of course, is the question that could potentially be answered if they get a couple of bids here or there. Because if they can manage it, it would be great for the sport. Whether or not they can is the main question that has to be answered, and the proof will be in the pudding. We'll know in a few days' time whether or not this is something that can actually be done. If it can, though, it'll be a bit of a relief because, again, it basically means that fans can stop worrying about the existential threat over the sport or the league and just focus on enjoying the football. But what are your thoughts on the AIFF's new tender process? Let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.